Hello, greetings. I really feel that I've been betrayed deeply by someone, or all this Jiddu Krishnamurti. This is my way. I confuse. Oh God, my way of speaking. Sometimes misunderstandings can arise. Jiddu Krishnamurti was right about these religions, even Hindu dharma and all this. See, I was thinking, if there is true love, then how can there be any pride or ego? The ego completely melts. And I don't even know what the people have done. It's very, very confusing. The gurus have confused the Bhagavad Gita when they were telling me to read Bhagavad Gita. I've read the Bhagavad Gita. I did not. So I felt it. Hindus have a high philosophy or spirituality. It's like some things I couldn't understand. Needed Sri Krishna himself to make me understand. I was in Arjun's kind of condition, worse than Arjun. So there's no, excuse me, there's no God for a mentally challenged physically. Seems like there's no Hindu God. There should be an avatar right now. So Bhagavad Gita, like I'm in everyone, others, I felt like Sri Krishna had to be here to explain to me what does he mean. When he has shown Arjun his real, and he said, Arjun, when you have seen it now with your own eyes, Arjun has seen it, after the war, Arjun developed pride, and these Hindu gurus talk about this. What's the use? Then again, Sri Krishna to take him to another person, so to show him that this other person doesn't have pride. Excuse me, this is what I started to think. Like if these prophets, before even reading Jiddu Krishnamurti, why I used to think there came a time, I don't know for what reason, I used to think, what is the use of one prophet, sending one prophet to guide people when we don't understand. Read Hazrat Musa's Firaun's story. Hazrat Musa's followers went against him, started to worship the calf, and this a man-made calf. Oh God. And then the messenger's footprints, meaning Jibrail came, and so the calf made a mooing sound and all that. So Moses was there in the mountains. You see all this, and then going back, the whole Kurukshetra war, and then going back. What's the use? God is with you. He's showing you His form and everything. And although I felt this God was kind of milder, much more, if I can say this, a grammatical mistake, very, very, nothing like the Muslim God. He was, again and again, even after the war has ended, I was just recently in this Bhakti Marga, how many yoga types of yoga, and God is, forget how many, okay, you have, so which type of yoga is going to save Arjun? Because after the war, he said, oh, I did it, I won. He had this kind of a, how can you say I did it? When I don't want to talk big about my post about myself, but when I needed help, when I did the law, I was like, no, God help me. It wasn't I. Someone said you put in your effort, it was you. But God gave me that thing, energy behind the effort. Although I was struggling a lot, I know how I was struggling to even get to college, my college. At times, so this lady in London had given me my symptoms like 100%. Could it be that, I don't know who to trust really. Maybe my enemy had set this up because the part were in London. So, did I tell them where I stayed when I met them at the Pakistani consulate? So, I don't know. Yeah, I think I took their number also. So, the enemy knew and tried to scare me out. The Quran was witness to this. Quran verse when I opened, they want to say Bani Surah Israel, Surah Isra. They want to scare you out. So whereas they will not sleep. So something like this. Can't speak properly. Sorry. So could it be that well these Haris type people are very lucky. They've hit a chord with another Hindu who's helping him, and now they're bringing out against Hindu that Buddhists, they kill Buddhists or Buddha or God knows, destroyed or converted everything to their own liking. So what I mean to say is these people are lucky. Really, I have had it from their side also. So, hello, yeah, so about, can you see this Haris Sultan, the Punjabi? Very lucky. Ghalib Kamal, they've got it. Australians with them backing him. Then they have a Hindu. They've trapped. No, they've used a Hindu, and they've tried to make this thing that Hindus stole from the Buddhists, and they're giving archaeological. I've always been unlucky in this that these Pakistani, even the Pakistani, have been lucky using, they have all the backing. So, and so much eating, bribery, getting, and Nastic. So, these people, these Pakistanis, very cunning. They know how to build up their people. So many for Haris Sultan. A devil can cut a devil. Punjabis, we couldn't reach Punjabis. We were soft Khoja Sindhis. So Haris Sultan has, how they know exactly how to get the world. I guess they're very lucky in this, or they are very, very clever, cunning, dishonest. In their own way, they look honest. They sound, I don't think so. An honest person will never get what the Haris Sultan. So they're very diplomatic, and they know where to exploit and in their favor has fallen these Hindu Gnostics. Whereas I go to Monica Chiron's thing and a live stream because she said that someone was her. Actually, I don't understand Hindi a lot, but because of Urdu, I can make out some words, only some. And then try to really concentrate. Still, I don't get it. So Monica Chiron was a Pattamese, but then she apologized. Like, damn, I don't care, and leave this thing. When I was defending, like I was saying, how can you say all ex-Muslims? Like, put myself in that place. If I'm not a Sanatani, doesn't mean that I'm a false ex-Muslim. I would probably go to some other, maybe a Zen or some other. I don't have to go to the Hindus. So Patta means a rude woman. So, you see, but Haris Sultan, if these Indians go to him like this, he'll give it to them. And then they have a long planning. Like they use, see, I don't use a Hindu to do this to me. I mean, to hit them back and say, we have some power to, I don't leave anything for myself. Because I won't use Hindu Gnostics, atheists. I called for Raw for their own good, like help. Is there someone who can? And for myself, like I was, see, they are, I don't know, maybe I did the wrong. No, a Raw, like, is there someone who knows how to respect ladies? So, like after that Azad ground thing, they're blaming it on Sahil. No, Sahil, I don't, like I couldn't go to his live stream too. Because you see my comment section, people asking me so many questions. I can answer them if I go on the live stream. Even then I won't be able to answer them well. Because they're very clever. Brutes. So they're rude and asking me personal questions. I don't ask someone, why is your name Gayatri Devi and all this. Are you? But then when I saw that that was something else. Something is going on. I don't know what. So while I'm being attacked and there's this terrible energy here, I can use Tao for my self-healing, but not to show, like. So there's this fight between Haris Sultan, Ghalib Kamal, and Haris Sultan, these Punjabis, Elia Gulzar, with these Indian ex-Muslims also, and the Hindus. So manuscripti, I heard a little bit from this guy. It was for a long live stream with Ghalib Kamal, Haris Sultan. They were giving out what nonsense are. I mean, sorry, I don't want to, but the Hindus, they're not honest about their script. So about prophets and could these people be playing around devils, demon? These Hindus too, because Jiddu Krishnamurti could have been right. He was a Zen master. A long time ago, I read a book, although they don't say it, but in this book, where this power of the superconscious, it was written by a German lady or someone, I think, not an American. not this mainstream Power of the Subconscious book that is by Murphy or someone going around very much now. I mean, it's on the Amazon, and I can't find that book. I can't find the Power of the Super Conscience or something. This lady, had come under the truck accident, and then she got this connection with the Alpha. I'm the Omega. I'm the God knows who it was. So she went into spirituality. Can't remember her name. In her book, she mentions, I remember now, that Jiddu Krishnamurti was a Zen Buddhist. I don't know. Didn't sound like a Zen, but I mean, yeah, the Zen Buddhist, but some Hindus will tell you that Buddhists don't believe in God. Actually, they don't want to, like so much worship of God for nothing. You don't feel God anymore, not even with the love in your heart. So, I can't explain this. I feel betrayed by the Hindus too. They very rude people themselves at times, dishonest. Indo-Pak scene, Pakistan is also very, very bad. So, and no, how should I say this? Prophets before, like when Jiddu Krishnamurti I was reading, it made sense. Because you see, loaded, we say, love is a very overloaded. So is the God. So some Hindus will tell you that Buddhists don't believe in God. Zen don't believe in God. But I think there's a deeper thing to it. They don't, because you can't then exploit that God and start to worship him. Put him in idols and make yourself a guru. And then, like what Paramahamsa, Vishwaananda and all these people are doing, they will keep you round and round. Going in forever under them. He's made himself a master. He says that any guru that's got anything is because of him. He's the one. He's the Vishnu. He's everyone. He's all gods or something. I don't know. Anyhow, but the thing is that you see another reason I had forgotten to mention in my earlier video. Sorry, my audio, I can't talk properly, is that this love thing he's taken and the exploiting. Once you have love, I really was, even with Prophet Muhammad, like going alone to meet God and no one there knowing what in the world what's going on. Even Sri Krishna showing himself as God, like he's shown. Arjuna is seeing with his own eyes. If you see that God, and Arjuna is saying, bus, enough, I cannot take it anymore. Then how can he, with all the yogas, just go through the Bhakti Marga, Bhagavad Srimad Bhagavad they explain and all that. How many yogas are in Bhagavad Gita? And still Arjun falls in the trap afterwards. After the war is over, he says, "Oh, I did it." Even a person less who hasn't seen God would be humble enough to say, if they're praying to God, so much. If you once, twice pray Quran, Surah Yasin, And mother's prayers, you would say, oh, it's my mother's prayers, or it's my prayers. No, sorry, it's because of someone's, God heard my prayers. It wasn't that I studied for it and I did it. I hope I never get. If I get pride in this arrogance, then it means that there's no true love for God in my heart. So then love is gone. So something that goes and comes, like if I say God is dead, get angry at God. On the other hand, then something that goes, then love is not, if this kind of love is from my side, it's not true. So, and many things I can't. So, Arjun seeing God at that time and still forming a pride and discipline. First, you don't hit if your devotees. On the other hand, love, I love you all. What kind of love is this? I mean, he himself talks about these gurus, like, I love ice cream and all this. So, you shouldn't say that. I mean, that's not true love. But the devotees, and then, by Imam Sajjad. Oh, God. I mean, sorry. So, there was a time when I even questioned, what is this all the time? Astaghfirullah Rabbi Wad. I turn repentant. Anything we do, and if you read the info from our Shia side, like these big prophets, and like they're always so humble. Like their sin is like nothing compared to our sin. And then it thin line, very thin line. Like there's no between their sin and it's like we have not known, like Rasulullah said, I have not worshipped you, or I have not known God. Maybe the Greek saying or something like this they have put for Rasul, Prophet Muhammad. And this is, so, I don't know how to put this in words. So come off it now, it is like, this Mukhtar guy. He took revenge and he sent heads to Imam Sajjad. And all the time, like, Ya Allah first. Even Imam Hussain says that how many times you're going to sin, this is hypocrisy. Once, just be sorry. Don't be sorry all the time. Why are we saying sorry, God all the time? Then his son Imam Sajjad has taught us from his Psalms we can, and his sayings, that always say, like, forgive me, God, forgive me. Because in the Quran it's put there, seek forgiveness from your Lord. This is for the Prophet Muhammad's ummah. This is how we explain. So there are all these contradictions. And then Paramahamsa Vishwaananda, he's reconfirming this nonsense of Islam. How to worship God and all this. It's a very bad thing. You'll be trapped forever. You will be with the master for a long time. Longest time. Slave. So all this I don't agree to. And I'm saying it. It may seem rude. But I don't agree to it. Because in my own religion, I've questioned my own religion about this. Looking up to a master, Prophet Muhammad, and And then this, where does this nonsense of making, playing around with human beings end? Where does this end? When Arjun has learned through Krishna so many yoga forms, ways of yoga, then he turns proudful, arrogant. I did it. So that's why in the Quran now, we'll go back to the Quran and say, oh my God, yes, God is right in the Quran. That if I show you miracles through my prophets, you're saying, sure, before also you didn't heed. You Bhagavad, you did Bhagavad, you betrayed me, you this. Then again we go back to Islam. Oh my God, and you don't want to go back from one false religion to another false religion and these high philosophies and high spiritualism. Don't get fascinated by that. You see, sadhus and all. Don't get stuck in that. Muji Baba is doing the right thing. So, what have we done to the world? Undemonize. I mean, these masters from India, I have to give it to them. They have monopoly. God knows what they've done. If there's love, read Jiddu Krishnamurti, where there's true love. Don't use the word loaded. Don't look at that, but loaded love, the commercialized love. But that where there's love, how can there not be discipline? And how can the ego come up again? So these chosen servants sent by some one God, or this Narayana, or Vishnu's, even Vishnu, and that I felt, it was a high thing. Okay, they had pride, they developed pride. One said that I created. Okay, so we go back to the Quran, that these gods would be fighting, but the world, universe did not. I wish that these gods had fought and finished the world. We are not coming because these human beings are terrible. Baba then very cleverly, at least the Quran is dumb enough to say, God created and these humankind is weak. But the Hindu philosophy, spirituality, gods, they're even more cunning, clever. They confuse us and take us here and there. Do you know what I mean? And we're not coming for these human beings. It took Shiva, like so many, 7 Satpatis of Shiva waiting there. No, I can't give it to them. This is some sadistic god. Just gurus, sadistic. Like, worship this sadistic god? Do you see this? Oh, I wish one day, no, maybe some other time I'll be talking about this. Sadistic god, and then they say ego, blaming it on the poor human beings. It is your creation or your dream or whatever, the God's dream. What the hell? Sorry, I lose it because now it's really beyond my patience to take this nonsense. The circus. Devil's power. You're worshipping gurus, you're worshipping devils.